Hello. I was grooving to the music. Mark will be up with us in a little bit here, but it's one of those days when everything technical is not going right. My phone hasn't been sending messages through Messenger. I get them and I respond, and the people never get them. So um, that's just, you know, the phone's way of saying it's time to upgrade because they do have a short lifespan. And then I didn't know my computer did an update, and every occasionally when it does the updates, it can't find my second monitor, and I didn't know to just before going live, so didn't really have time to get my second monitor going. So I kind of feel weird because I don't have the second one up, but I'll survive. But so let me say hi to the few folks that are here: JBP, Patty D, Metal Detecting Adventure Time, 5 Mile. Hope you guys all had a good beginning of the week anyway. It's raining today, so that's the other fun thing. You know, I always thought it was spring showers. April showers bring May flowers. But this has been a really wet May. Right now, the little turd ball's over there making his little slash fort, pillow fort on my bed. So yeah, so that's the update on the computer crap. Fun times. Hope anybody who wasn't here last week, hey Mark, Patrick, wasn't here last week, got to see the replay. Oh, we could actually do this now. I forgot that you could do that now. I don't think you can see him yet though. Hola, Taka. So yeah, so that was fun last week, getting to know Taka a bit more. Really nice dude. Maybe one day I'll make a trip down to Chile. Yeah, I don't think when I'm the only one up here, you're gonna see the chat. So I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. Hey NorCal. Um, I don't know if we'll do that though. I mean, it's interesting, but man, that chat is tiny. So yeah, it's not worth it. You guys can see the chat. I don't need to have the chat up there. I'll just go by myself. So yeah, that was fun last week. Oh, it does go up over top of me. Okay, I'll leave it on. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do you want to see the chat twice, or you good with just seeing it in your screen? Yeah. So after we get done streaming tonight, I'm gonna have to play with the computer, get it to find the second screen again, because it does make life easier. I have to renew my registration. It's almost the end of the month, so I could continue driving my car. I just added my memories on Facebook. I bought that car 4 years ago today. All pretty and clean. Glad to see you again too, Taka. Hey Richie. All pretty and clean and with only 13,000 miles. Now it's dirty and muddy, and the WeatherTech floor mats and stuff probably need to be replaced. And it's got almost 80,000 miles on it. But I've got to say, probably 25,000 of them are from the traveling I did up until about this year. And I'll be saving some miles on it after July for a while anyway. So I don't know how long I'll go without streaming for, but hopefully not too long. As soon as I'm able to sit up for a period of time, you know, If it's only a half hour that I could sit for whatever, then we'll do a half-hour stream and just shoot the STS as we typically do. So while we're waiting for Mark to come up, I already told him about the weekend, so I'll share the weekend with you guys last weekend. Mark will be here soon, Taka. He had some things to do before coming up. Um, so the Vermont group dig, which was not this past weekend, the weekend before, a few people showed up. You know, it's our time of the year to set something like that up. There's a lot of events going on, and people have made plans around other events and things like that, which is totally understandable. Hey, Chris, I was just going to talk about it. I'm not showing any pictures. New England PDA was one of the people that came. He was there Friday. Um, so I'll talk about it a little bit, though. I'll just tell you what he found, but I'm not going to show you what he found. That's up to him. Um, so Friday we all met at the lower part, about midway up the mountain. Dan went ahead to see how the road was all the way up, and he said up by the house it was pretty passable. So we all drove all the way up to the peak and parked up there where the loggers were at, and we all dispersed from there. Pretty much, they all went the direction of the house. Running, getting off into the woods on either side of the logging road, and I don't know where they went after that because I went down to the house. I detected it for a little bit. I suddenly got really dizzy and really sick. Had to sit down for a few minutes, and then I made my way back to the car. I left for a little while to lay down. I felt very good in the interview, Rachel. You are wonderful people. I will always wish you the best. Thank you. Gracias, Talca. Muchas gracias. So I left to lay down for a little while. I came back, and it was just New England PDA and Dirty Digs there, as far as we knew. We didn't know that Mike and Marty had come back, but I think they came back after Chris and Jason went down. So I said, well, since it's just us, why don't we pull down to the house? Hey, Gene P. Why don't we pull down to the house and we'll park down by the house? This way it's just closer to the car. And Jason was like, oh, well, I saw something on the LiDAR. I think it's down this, which was the original road, which is pretty much impassable. But he's like, I want to drive down, see how far down I can get there. It'll be easier to go that way. Hey, Piney Man. So Chris jumped in the car with him. They drove down, came right back up maybe 5 minutes later because it got to where it was really impassable. The road had washed out. It's a class 4 or grade 4 state road, which means they don't maintain it. If a tree falls, they'll cut it in half, but they don't maintain this road. And so, hey, Amanda. So they went back down the logging road, which runs right up on the house. Yeah, see, he said it was bad for sure. And hey, man, I gotta give props to Jason. He did try to get down because the last time, a year and a half ago when I went down there, it was only a little washed out on one side. You could probably make it pretty much all the way down, but so they went down the logging road, which joins the original road, and they found a cellar hole, and it had been caved in a little bit, probably from the loggers when they were reinforcing the road for the trucks and stuff, and so Friday afternoon, I waited up by the house in the car, and Chris and Jason rode down to what Jason wanted to find. And I'm not entirely sure that cellar hole is what he saw on the map because it seemed like when he was telling me it was a little farther to the right of where the cellar hole is. But they found the cellar hole. It was literally like right on the edge of the property and that butts up against the school property. And so they spent a few hours down there. They came back up probably about like 5-ish or so. Um, and they both found something really awesome. I was super excited for them both actually. So Chris found what is most likely a War of 1812 um, two-piece sword belt buckle, but he found the front piece with the eagle on it. Now we have to go back next year and find the other piece of what New England PDA found. And then Jason that day had found, turns out to be a really rare Andrew Jackson presidential campaign medal. Like this thing's heavy, so it's not like a little token. It's pretty big. It's bigger than like challenge tokens. Maybe about the size of the Mind Lab challenge token. Maybe a little bigger, but just as heavy. It's really solid. So that was pretty exciting. That was exciting. I was very excited and happy for the both of them. Um, like Chris said, it made his weekend. Um, yeah, it would be cool to find the rest for sure. So Saturday, hey Zaxon, I'm Zaxon. Um, Saturday it was Jason again. These two fellows, Mike and Marty. They don't YouTube. They answered one of the postings I had put up in one of the groups. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you, Taka, for watching my older videos. Yeah, I leave it up there, Richie. You know, free advertising for you, buddy. Somebody will click on it. Um, you know, and if you guys haven't, you see Nightbot's sharing the link to Richie's book. Feel free to order one of his books. Everybody's loving. Everybody that's bought the book has loved it so far. And if you do purchase one of Richie's books, any of his books, but especially the newest one, please go back to Amazon and give a good review. It only helps. Like we all like to say, we support each other. So check out Madison Main's book. The link is being given to you from Nightbot. The link's in the chat, Viento. All you got to do is scroll up a little bit. It says Nightbot. It says purchase one of Richie's books here. I don't know how far back it is, but it'll swing back around again. Um, so Mike and Marty, uh, me. Oh, Mark's here. He's waving to me. Sorry, Mark. Everybody's been asking about you. Can't hear you. Still nothing.
Hello? Can you hear me
Got you
now?
now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Can I hear you now? Um, so I was just telling them what I told you about that trip. Um, hey, JP Lawns and Moores here, charts.
Hey, JP.
This is what I got on this stream.
5 Mile.
Um, huh? Yeah, Five
I just
Mile.
said, yeah. Hey, Amanda.
Oh, I gotta make us like that. Boom.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take the comments off the
Crap.
screen. We don't need it. Well, there's two of us here now, Taka. If you don't want to keep using Google Translate, you could just write it in Spanish. Mark will go to Google Translate. I'm
Yep.
down one screen tonight, but so I was telling him Saturday we all met. We all just parked right on the little logging road right across from the cellar hole. New England PDA couldn't join us that day, so it was me, Dirty Diggs, Mike, and Marty. I think it was just the four of us. Oh, and Sean from 603 Diggas. And he stayed for a little while because he has problems with his shoulder,
Oh, wow.
similar to I guess what I had. So he needs to go have his surgery done.
Hey, Richie.
Got some buckles and buttons and stuff. So you'd have to check out his video. I know his shoulder was hurting, so he left. Oh, that's sweet talking.
Oh, no problem, Lewis. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, he's a good dude, people. He's
Yep.
a good dude. If you didn't
Hey,
see
New
that,
England.
that
Yep.
if you didn't see it last week, go check it out. I might turn that one into a podcast, but I'll have to trim the silent parts a little bit. But I'll trim it up a little bit and make it into a podcast so you can listen to. It was really good. It was really good to get to know Taka. So Saturday, um, what was it?
Brooklyn.
Dirty Digs. Jason. Hey, Anthony. Jason found a. I mean, they all found some more buttons and buckles, and Jason found officer's button. There was, I think, two or three found, and he found one. He found an officer's button that still had the silver wash,
Wow.
shiny as the day the thing was made. The back is green,
Yeah.
but the silver on the front was just twinkling. It was so nice. So it must have been laying face down, maybe. And so yeah, there was some more pretty nifty finds found that day. New England PDA's video probably come out soon, but
Good.
Dirty Diggs video, I know he said he's got a month of video out, so like going forward. So about a month, I would say he'd have his video out. So,
Yeah.
and then
Hey, Patty.
Sunday it was just me and Lucky Larry. That's Dan Nelson's friend. For a few hours Sunday morning, the weather kind of changed, and we were kind of like, okay, see ya. So I will be doing it again next year, Chris, New England PDA, and anybody else
Hey,
interested.
Patrick.
I'll be doing it around the first weekend of May, trying to get past the snow and mud and before the weeds and bugs. Um, that weekend wasn't good. There you go. You guys go check out his video Saturday. Um, it's going to definitely make you want to make sure you make it to a free dig in Vermont.
Hey, Jackson.
So it was a great
GPP.
weekend. There you go. Chris is going to be there. Awesome, awesome. If we get enough people, I'll camp up there too. Where I stayed at wasn't bad either. I mean, there was no amenities. There was because it was off season. There was an outhouse, which was actually really clean till the little girls in the next cabin came. Not little girls; they were young ladies, um, teens. Um, they uh, they uh, they didn't use the porta johns that were brought that morning, so I was like, okay, I'll use the porta john, but because this is an outhouse, um, so outside of that, there's no showers or anything like that. It's just literally a little cabin with two cots or tent sites, and the price was perfect. So it was 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes away from the site. So that's why if nobody wants to camp on the property, that's where I'm going. So there's three cabins, a couple campsites there. So and Mark will be going next year.
Yep.
He doesn't really have a
Come hell or
choice
high
anyway.
water.
I
Hell
told
or
him
high
he's
water,
going.
I'll be
So
there.
thank you, Patty D. Yeah, sometimes YouTube will take away your subs. I was subbed to Dirty Digs. I know I hadn't watched him in a while. And while I was sitting there waiting for him and New England PDA to come back up, not that I cared. They could have hunted all night. I just didn't really feel that well. So I was perfectly fine sitting in the car waiting to
Yeah.
see what they found because the weekend was about whoever came there to dig, not about me. I had already found a couple neat things there.
Hey, Torchy.
So, hey, Torchy. Um, so yeah, well, we'll definitely going to be the first weekend of May of next year, and hopefully see some more of you there. It's free,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's 300 acres. Ladies 81. I'm not a spring chicken. I could not possibly hunt all of this in her lifetime, much less my own. So uh, on to the next subject. So I didn't even get to tell Mark this yet because it was a phone conversation yesterday. I told you my bestie lives down in Alabama, right? That I made
Mm-hmm.
the trip down there. So we were talking a little bit yesterday because she really wants me to come down and visit again, which is going to be a while because of the surgery. But Um, a lot of my relatives had outhouses up into the 80s. I believe it. I believe it. I think these
Hmm.
people did too. Not where I went on hip camp, but the property I detect on. They have an outhouse. It's still standing, but it used to be the spring house, so it was always clean.
Yeah.
Spring water washed it away. But yeah. So she was like, "You should have an event on my property," and she's got a good piece of property there. But I detected. Nah, I didn't detect all of it, but I detected some of it, and I didn't really find very much. And there's going to be a lot of modern bullets because they play with their pew pews um, out there. So, but the big field is they have a huge field. Um, would be great to have like a couple seated hunts on.
Yeah.
So unless she can get one of her church friends to give up some farmland, that we could do like a seated portion on hers and do a natural hunt on a farm nearby. So it's an idea. It's in Alabama. If anybody wants to know, she would love it. But the only thing is, we can't have raffles because raffles are like lotteries, and that's gambling. And this is deep in the Bible Belt. All of Alabama has no lottery, no gambling in that way. But you could bet on the dogs.
Isn't that gambling?
I guess not. I guess not. They have a greyhound track there. I guess it's not. But I'm sure there's a way we could figure out how to host a raffle, but not actually host it in Alabama. That's
Nice.
all I hear, Richie. And I am ordering your book right before I get because I don't want to read it before I'm stuck in the hospital for a week. So I'm ordering it right before I get my surgery. Anybody else wants this book, man? Go to Amazon or
Yep.
wait for the Nightbot link and just hit on it. It's really not expensive.
Yeah, Zach even posted it too. The link to Richie's book.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yep. Thank you, Zaxon. Yeah, but anything where, because I looked to see if there's any loopholes. Anything where people pay for a chance to win something, no matter what you call it, is gambling. But we could probably do raffles online because I'm based in New Jersey.
There you go.
I don't know. We'll figure out something. We don't have to have raffles, but okay, Taka. Uh, we'll figure out something. But anyway, if anybody would be interested, she wants to have us, have me host
Hey,
an
very
event
cool.
on property. But hey, country diggers, Jamie.
No, wait, Country Digger says you can do it in Alabama.
I don't know. She was looking up the laws. She lives right outside Huntington, so I did. But I even looked on. I don't know. Can you message me how your church does it? I know that it has to be
Uh,
for. Oh, I can't even give her a wrench right now. Jamie, I'm gonna have to go back and give you make you blue because my second screen's not up, so I'm using my StreamYard. Um, just let me know how your church does it. Oh, that's right. Jamie's in Alabama. See,
mhm.
now I have two excuses to go see. I had already told Jamie next time I see my bestie, I'm gonna visit her and Alabama Dirt Digger Brandon. I already told him that. I did the last time I went down there. I hung out with Brandon, met up with him for a day. He's about an hour from my friend.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Chris, we could do that. Like if, say, Nocta sent a simplex. I put a token in the ground and somebody wins it. But they don't. What they're saying is a game of chance. So if you're buying raffle tickets, that's a game of chance. Because I asked her, well, what if you call it a tricky tray or a
Hey,
Chinese
Tom.
auction? You know, hey Tom, Hey, Sam, I didn't see you sneak in here.
Uh,
But schools do it. All right, you gotta like, if you know how they do it, let me know.
Yeah.
Um, that way, that'll help with paying her insurance and being a host on her property. But if we could get another farm nearby, I'm gonna tell her she needs to ask her little churchy friends there. I'm sure somebody's got a farm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, her property's big. It's wooded in the back, got a little stream running through it. We could all pretend we're exploring Alabama and walk through the stream. um, it's a good
Hey,
piece of
workman.
property. I don't remember how many acres, but definitely could fit 50, 75 people on it.
It's a good size. Be a
Yeah,
lot
and
of fun.
if we can get a property near her, that would make it better. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
all right, thanks, Jamie. Because if they have ideas, that would be awesome. Because she will donate it to a charity. But that way we can get things to raffle. I don't know what the tickets would be because the ticket price would be for the stuff put in the ground.
Right.
Silver and things like that. That's what the ticket prices would be for. Maybe a couple porta johns.
You need porta johns. You do.
Yeah, I don't think she wants 50, 75 people walking in and out of her house.
We're taking a squat on our front yard. You know what I mean?
I don't think she'd like that. Or,
No.
dropping deuces in the woods in the back. I knew to figure out how to publish my poems on Amazon. I bet you Richie could help you with that, Patty D.
Yep. I agree. Richie's a good man to go to for that.
Yep. He could probably give you incentives on how to assemble them together on on Amazon. Surface finds, yeah, though I don't think those are the ones you want to find though. Like I didn't really detect her wooded area in the back. I did detect where they have the targets at. It's probably about a football field length long, her field, before it
That's
gets to
pretty
the
good
woods.
size.
Yeah. And then it drops down, and they have a target set up there, one of the farther away ones for one of the bigger pew pews. So there's a lot of pew pew remnants back there.
Yep. Hey, 513.
Hey, 513. So it'll be fun. Taka said he didn't tell us that with the
Uh,
dowsing rods, when Pablo finds a signal, there is a meter of range for the search. Oh, cool. That's why Taka finds so much.
mm-hmm.
Hey, Workmans. I didn't see Workman come in. Yeah. So there's that possibility. Maybe next year or whatever, having a having a little fun event down in Alabama.
Well, you make it two events going on next year.
Yeah. The dig in Vermont. That's just a group collaboration kind of dig. That's why I was saying I was cut it off by 20, 25 people. Only because the guys, I don't think any of them went really that close to the house. They might have got a little
Really?
close. Yeah. I think they might have, I don't know. Chris will have to let me know. But I know they were around the house, but I don't think anybody got really close to it, to really inspect it. I believe they didn't. Um,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I would have been in the house, Rachel. I'm sorry.
I know. That's
You'd have
why I
been
said.
yelling at me to get out. I'm sorry.
That's why I said I'm limited to like 20, 25 people. Hey,
Yeah.
Marty.
Marty, what's
Marty,
up?
where's oh, Marty was at the DTH. It looked like it was a really good hunt, even though Jason and the crew weren't able to get there. Looked like they had a good time. It looked like a good bunch of people. Prize table was 3 hours long again. That's what it
Wow.
looked to me. Oh yeah, the raffle table. It took them over 2.5 hours That's how many prizes they have. And I don't mean these were just like a whole little dimes and little quarters. These were big things, detectors and little hat and t-shirts and together and um,
Man,
fines box, like display boxes. And I mean, there was just tons of stuff. Yeah, you were right behind the house. Yeah, I was getting when I was feeling ill. I was just a little down further than where you went, but yeah, that's why I want to do it earlier in May so we can get a little closer to the house. Maybe I'll go buy a scythe or rent some goats and set them loose on the weed. There it is. Nightbot shared the link to Richie's book, just like I'm Zaxxon did. There you go. See,
mm,
that's to call them out. And trust me, people run to the table just like any other raffle. And they're not so far away they can't hear the numbers. They're the people are right there. It's done in this big room.
oh,
And I know they had raffles for schools when I was going, but it seems they're illegal right now. But it's up for a vote this year, so maybe. Yeah, I saw that, but I think it was to expand the Greyhound, not gambling. That's Richie telling her.
about 24 pages. Huh.
Hey, Chris is laughing at you. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be hopefully, like I said, even if I don't get to dig, that's not why I have people coming to Vermont. I've dug there. I'm good.
Hmm.
Um, I have people coming because I want to share that awesome property. I mean, they found one of the 1700s, probably late 1700s home. Um, we didn't even find the second home that's on the map by the main house. Uh, so that was 5 farms at one time. Nobody went the other way, the other like 200 acres the other way.
No?
No, and I'm pretty sure nobody hit like the edges of the property either direction, north and south. It was mostly down towards the house and then down towards the main road.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
Just like all virgin land out there then.
pretty much. I know when they first started detecting Friday morning, Dan right away when he was in the wooded area right off the logging road before you even get to the house, he found a button. But I can tell you this much: I know every single one of us because I did dig a few holes. None of us thought to check the dirt just to make sure there wasn't a little hidden arrowhead in there.
Yeah, probably could be.
I told him make sure you're like when you're digging, make sure you keep an eye because she was picking them up as a little girl whenever they plowed the fields, so they're there. There you go. Yeah,
That's amazing.
you didn't even put a dent in the property, like literally did not even put a dent in the property. And about 200 yards or so from the house, Dan finds that it was a shirt button, but it still found a button,
Hmm.
early 1800s. It's a huge property. It's a big piece. You don't realize it when I sent them the map of what it looked like, the outline of the property. Doesn't look that big. But when you're there, you're like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
And two of the borders are school property with no trespassing signs. And Vermont has the right to wander. So that expands it even more. But I mean, there's so
Heck
much
yeah.
property there to begin with. Let me see. I know I sent. Let me see my pictures. And I don't know if I shared the size of the. So that's on. Oh no!
Yeah, it's kind of
Hang on.
washed out.
All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my background off for a minute.
Alrighty, Lewis. Looking forward to that video.
Yeah, all right. Nice green screen for the moment.
There you go.
And there.
Well, the purple's the outline, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's huge.
It is huge. Good size. Good size land.
And this part up here is the school property there, elementary school property, and this is the high school property.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
pretty damn big.
yeah, it's huge. That's why I said, like I'm never gonna hunt all this in my lifetime. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's do
There
that
you
because Jamie's here and Jamie loves pirates.
go.
So, in honor of country diggers, I will send you a video to your email when he uses the rods. Okay, awesome. All right. I didn't even see Taco write that. I missed it. Cool. We will share it
Yep.
on home. When I stayed with my mother-in-law when she was recovering from surgery, I detected a small area in her yard many times and found stuff every time. Nice, JVP. Now, I would invite you to detect on the property I live on because there's one of those misleading little signs out front that says this was a British campsite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's nothing here. There's
Nothing
nothing.
there.
No, no. They did walk by here.
Well, they put that sign up then. British walked by here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are a few signs that also say that this is their retreat route. See, I told you. I know you, Jamie. You probably think I ain't paying attention, but I do. I pay attention a lot more than people give me credit for. I know you like pirates. I want to. I want to. Well, I don't remember how many subscribers it was she had the giveaway for. That was fun. It was a fun time. I won a couple things from her. I still have the little tiny pirate ship thing to put together that's made out of metal. It's kind of cool, but it's
Oh,
small.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam just introduced himself to Brooklyn Treasure Hunter. Go ahead, Mark. You want to say it every time you hear Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the house.
I knew you couldn't know. You couldn't help yourself.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I know. I hear it too. Probably because of you now, but JVP likes Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and then Lego, Black Pearl, and Queen Anne's ship sets. Nice. See, I like Lego. I just don't want to spend the money on it, but I love Lego.
I used to love Legos too until I had kids that didn't know how to pick them up. Three
I like
o'clock in the
Lego.
morning, you stepped on them barefoot. Yeah, you don't like Legos after that.
Talca said there's a place where it's said that there are lost silver coins, and I hope to go with Pablo. It is a legend. Ooh,
Hmm.
you can make a whole series of videos out of that, Taka. Entitled "Looking for the Legend of Lost Silver," or no, looking Legend of the Lost Silver. Can we find it?
Can we find it?
Part 1. Sam asked, did anybody have any luck beach hunting over Memorial Day weekend? 5 miles said, I love me rum.
I don't do beaches, Sam. Sorry.
I don't either.
I hate the sand.
Yeah, I don't like walking in it. I mean, well, if it's the really firm sand down by the water, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that really loose stuff, and we have the loose stuff from New Jersey that you sink. And I'm not, I mean, occasionally you can find really old stuff on our beaches. Usually after they replenish, you might find things. Not really so much in between because everybody in New Jersey metal detects now. So
Yeah.
it seems like it. Many stories of million legends are told about lost treasures. Kind of here too, Taco. We have Captain Kidd, Blackbeard, You know, I still think that Blackbeard's treasure is buried at the bottom of Long Beach Island, where you're not allowed to go at all because it's a bird wildlife sanctuary. Chris hasn't beach hunted in weeks. Nice, JBP. Sam said nothing good for him. I know, just I don't know. You probably should go down to Seaside, Sam. I mean, it seemed like it was really packed this
Oh
weekend.
wow.
Oh yeah, it was wall to wall under 18.
What does Rob call them? Depositors.
Yeah, well, they probably didn't have enough of their own money to deposit anything. Hey, Silver
True.
Assassin, you got to go
Silver,
back
what's
and
up?
watch the beginning. I talked about the Vermont property. Hopefully, you get to make it next year. Oh, um, Chris made it up. New England PDA. Um,
Hey,
Wicked
Tim and
Digger
Kathy.
had to do. Wicked Digger was what do you call it? Coaching.
Mm.
So I don't even know if he'd be able to make it next year. I know I'm crazy, therefore I'm not crazy. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Martin.
Marty, what's up? Javier, how
Javier,
you doing?
Team Lynch. Is it both of the Lynches? Or is it Tim at work?
I don't know. I think it's just Tim. I can't be sure.
So hopefully Brian can make it next year. Oh, they will. They will up there, Anthony, for sure. But yeah, there was a lot of teeny boppers. They have a curfew of 10 o'clock in Seaside, and yeah, they were still out there at 1 in the morning.
Oh wow.
I hope so, Brian. I hope so. I'm telling you, almost a year ahead of time, it's going to be the first weekend of May.
I have to make certain I take that week. I'm gonna take the week off of work just to have it off.
Well,
Make
yeah, you
certain
don't have
I'm
to just
there.
stay for the weekend. You can stay the whole week. You
Yeah.
know, rent those cabins out. But starting that weekend.
Right.
Um, so hopefully, Brian makes the next time. I know Chris will be there. I know for sure Jason will be there. The two guys, Mike and Marty, I'm pretty sure they'll come back because Marty found some pretty good things. Mike was like me, didn't really find anything of note, you know. Sean will probably come back. Um, I know Dan and Lucky Larry will because they live right there in town. And then me and Larry were talking, and I said, yeah, I told Dan a while back, anytime he wants to come up, you know, just like if he has a few hours to spend, you know, he just wants to come up, and this way keep an eye on it for me, and you know, tell me what the ground conditions like and all that. And he's like, no,
Hmm.
you know, we talked about that, and he said, no, it's Rachel's permission, you know, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I appreciate that
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
because that's the way I am. I mean, you know, finding out over the weekend though that there is the right to wander in Vermont. So,
Hmm.
but his buddy lives right below the property, one of the homes that are right below the property. So when we were there last time, he told Dan, you know, if you guys want to come down and detect all the way down, because he has a rock wall in between his property and this property, like an old one. I saw Tim shared on Facebook some finds Kathy found. I'm pretty sure they were on the beach this weekend, or at least Memorial Day.
Yep.
No, you rock, Patty. You support everybody. Anybody who supports everybody rocks bigger than everybody else. Just saying.
So true.
You know, you know. So you, Danny D,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
JBP. I mean, you guys like I could go into people I've never met before stream, and you guys are there fully supporting. You found half of those, just not the good ones. Yeah, my next. Hey, Mike, great finds. I just
What's up,
messaged
Mike?
Patrick and said, because he just put up his video with Jill finding the Confederate belt buckle.
Ooh,
I'm
sweet.
jelly, first of all. Yeah, I'm jealous. But I commented on this post, Mike, that I want to come out and dig with you guys before my surgery in July. Can't do much, but just hanging out with you guys anyway would be worth it. So hopefully in the next couple few weeks, get out there with Mike and Patrick and Jill and Billie Jean, and then go in the river for a little bit.
That pedals. You're gonna go in the river again.
Um, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to swing too much in it, but walking around in it's kind of fun too. And these two have been killing it anyway. Well, the whole group has.
You gonna go in inner tube again?
No, no, no. This might be too shallow if it's the Monocacy. It's a little too shallow, but no, 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 no. Have another stick touch my butt. Be like this instead of like I said, I was like Jesus and ran across the water. It'd be like the second coming. I'd be running even faster, like in the cartoons. Nah, the rivers that he hunts in are pretty clear too. So
Cool.
yeah, and hopefully one day him or Patrick or any of the others or Aqua
Hey,
Jigger
Wayno.
come across my lost button.
Probably still be that little case.
Yep. Well, it was snap. It's a pretty good little case. It snaps closed pretty good. I mean, it's a bigger version of this, and it has a clasp that a clasp that comes down and covers. So it's like probably 3 times bigger than this, and then it has a little lock that goes over it. So it's floating away somewhere down the river, right out of my pants pocket.
Right in
Hey,
your
Wayne,
pants.
right out of my pants. Trust me, I cried.
I would have. Losing that. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe. Usually, I empty my pockets, and I don't know why I didn't think about my cargo pockets. But I would love to get out because I didn't go last year because of the surgery. So before July, I want to go out there with them.
Right.
Go down for the day. Except for I have to get up and like leave by 5 in the morning to meet them by 9.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's hauling ass. There's not much traffic, so coming home there is. It'll take a little longer getting home,
Hey,
but
Fred.
going out there. Hey, Frederick Romano, another really good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, Fred. I would say I'd love to go to Dead Horse, but starting to get a lot warmer, so it's going to be a little stinky out there.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't mind going out there once.
yeah, I mean, I don't need to feel the I don't have the I don't feel the need to go often because I'm not much
Right.
of a bottle digger. I have fun. I just go out because whoever's going out and they're like, "Oh, you want to go?" Like I went with the Lynches, Tracy. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I don't know, JVP. It's a small case. Probably got caught up in some debris along the side. So Chris is driving and listening. Good. Slash is really busy right now building a slash fort. Oh, speaking of Slash,
Yeah.
he's getting his back adjusted tomorrow.
You can see a puppy chiropractor.
Yeah, my physical therapist is a chiropractor, and we were talking the other day, and he was saying, "Oh, nice, Anthony." Hmm.
Good luck, Anthony.
Thursday or Friday. Um, maybe I might. I don't know. I don't know. Message me on Facebook, Anthony. Maybe I could come up there. On Thursdays, I feed a horse at noon, and Friday, I have physical therapy. But I could switch my physical therapy day. Uh, but yeah, so he was talking about, like there aren't many chiropractors like him anymore that have their own practice. They usually are part of some group or corporation. Very
Right.
few have their individual practices. He said something. I even am licensed for canine chiropractic. I said, really? Because little Mister Boomba here decided Friday and Saturday he couldn't walk at all. Mm-mm. So yeah, it was all day Friday. First, he said Thursday that his. I thought he hyperextended again, jumping off the bed because he can't not. And I have hardwood floors and he'll slide, and he's done it before. And so I figured, that's probably what he did. Just he lays still for a while. He'll get over it.
He's fine. Yep.
Yeah. But the next, Friday morning, he wakes up. He's like, no, I can't. I can't move at all. My back legs don't. No, they don't work. I can't walk. So I put on heat wraps. Like I have these things a friend of mine made me that you put in the microwave and heat up with the
Oh
beans on
yeah.
it. Nice.
Yeah.
So I heated up one, laid them on top. Well, I heated up both of them, laid them on top, and they're kind of weighted too, so that feels nice. And put a blanket on and put the other one on top of him there. Are you going out detecting somewhere this week? Probably not, Taka. Um, Still hard on my back, and my left arm still, I get a lot of pain in it. Um, Gave him some. I'm not sponsored. Just for pets.
CBD.
Yes. Gave him some of that and a baby aspirin because he's 20 pounds, so he can take a whole 81 milligram baby aspirin. And then Sunday he was fine. So
That's it.
yeah. So I was like, he probably needs a good adjustment, because it did rain for like 4 days last week. So
I like watching some of the chiropractors do the dogs because
yeah,
they'll be working and working and they'll snap. The dog would just hook up at them. What the hell did you
yeah.
just
I
do?
see those on like the reels and on the
Yeah,
shorts. Yeah.
that cracks
I,
me up.
he's 7, Sam. He turned 7 in January. He is. Oh, he's a Capricorn. No, he's not. He's an Aquarius. My Boston Terrier was a Capricorn. She was 115. He's an Aquarius. He's 128.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he's all now the only thing poking out right now of his little pillow fort is his face. Halpert. I like that name.
yeah.
Aw, he's 7 too. Thank you, Taka. It's okay. I mean, I do try here and there. I last about 20 minutes. Not enough to find anything good, but that's okay. You
Yep.
know, I got some shorts I made out of the weekend. I do have enough of filming. I don't think I got any footage of Chris, but I do believe I told him that I'll probably steal a clip off of his video. So we'll see. But
Oh, yeah.
because I didn't really video anything till Saturday because I just felt like crud Friday. I felt so crappy, and then I was like disappointed. Like I'm like, you know, I know the guys were excited to hunt on the property, and then I'm like, I gotta go lay down for a little while. But I told Dan to let them know, just keep digging. I'll come back. But
Oh,
so I felt bad, but
mm.
I just felt like crud. I got out yesterday, found a 57 Rosie and a 30s Hickok buckle silver plated with the letter D on it in great condition. Yeah, she sent me pictures. Nice. Yeah, see, Chris said absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think I did say something to him that because I was feeling sick and I didn't get any video because I was just gonna really be filming them anyway. My point of view
Yeah.
rather than like because they'll have their point of view for their video. Anthony put up a couple shorts. I didn't get. I'm gonna have to go to your channel, Anthony, because definitely didn't get the notifications on them.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't been
Well,
getting Anthony's notifications either, come to think of it.
there's a lot I'm not getting notifications for, and Facebook sucks anymore. I'm telling you, man. Like when you scroll your feed, like mine is filled with different stupid things like follow, and some of them do have funny memes, but or reels or ads.
Yep.
And then maybe I might see that you posted something. But when I see it, it's 5 days later.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Angie. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Angie and Rick. I got to figure out a way to watch them before or while I'm feeding the horse. Yeah, Anthony said he doesn't get a lot of
Uh,
notifications. I don't even get notifications from big channels.
uh,
They
I
might recommend
canceled
it
all
for me.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even recommended, you should get a big channel. And,
Yeah.
if you're watching metal detecting, you should at least get one recommendation of Aqua Chicken or Jason or the Hoover Boys. But I'm hardly getting any.
You know who's a big fan of the Hoover Boys?
So,
Richie, Madison, Maine.
is he?
No.
I know. I don't watch them.
I was just hoping he was still here and he'd chime in on something about that.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a long time. Not that I don't like them. Hey, Ed, flash in your
Ed,
pan.
what's up?
Team PG5. Yeah, that was the other thing too. I was gonna message Ed. Uh, I don't think I told him when I'm having my surgery, so I might not make it out to Gold Rush because that's in September.
Oh, yeah.
I might still have a walker or a cane. But anyway, Ed, I'm having my surgery
Yes.
on July 7th, so I may not make it out to Gold Rush, and I'm gonna have to miss the second one. And I'm not entirely thrilled about that, but maybe we could do something with PG5 in the spring. Because I know this year that um, Garrett is not having their memorial hunt. I know they're
Oh,
going to
wow.
have one, but they canceled this year's because of the prices of silver, the prices of gold are like outrageous, and
Yeah.
other among other things, everything, the inflation, it's just not a good time. So hopefully maybe next year, because I said that Team PG5 will be going to the Garrett Memorial Hunt, and we will, but I'm pretty sure I won't be at Gold Rush Days again, and that sucks.
Wow.
I mean, I like all aspects of gold panning, the gold prospecting. I
Yeah.
had fun with all parts of it, but I really just love panning. I could just sit there all day
Just pan.
and just pan. But I'll tell you what, if you want to know anything about gold prospecting, Ed is the one to ask because he is a really good, I don't want to say instructor, but he is.
He is. From what I heard, yep.
He is. He answers all your questions if you have them. He's real patient when he's teaching you. I mean, he's really good. I've seen other people showing other people, but I gotta say, Ed was top notch on instructing. I mean, I haven't forgotten a thing he told me. So it is hard work for sure, but I had fun. And the Gold Rush days are on his club's claim, and they've been doing it there like 35 years. So all you'll find is like, dust, but
Yeah.
little flakes. But still, I mean, the first year I got excited when I was finding garnets. And I hate garnets because it's my birthstone. And I'm like, why do I have to have the ugly stone? I can't have a diamond. But then I was finding garnets. I was like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. Here's that, and here's this thing. Grab a shovel and dig. Yeah, pretty much. But I learned a lot, and I had a really awesome time. I mean, I mean, I didn't go last year because I knew I wouldn't be able to pan because this arm, I still didn't have much movement in it yet. It was only, a couple months after surgery. I
Yep.
wasn't, I still couldn't even lift 1 pound, you know. So I told Ed, yeah, I won't make it this year. And I don't want to go out there and just be like watching everybody. And that, it's not that bad, but, I'll be really tempted to play in the river and find gold. So, but I don't know. Maybe I could talk my sister into going to Ohio. And yeah, my first
Maybe.
wild was garnet. But yeah, it does make it little tiny flake. I was all excited. I was like, oh. And I still have it in my little thing somewhere. I have like 3 little flakes in there. They were the first ones I found. I was so excited. And they're still in the little case he gave me. But maybe I'll make my sister drive me out to Ohio and I'll tell her, well, you can go learn how to gold pan
There you go.
and I'll buy a
Learn.
reclining, beach chair. That way I could still go out there because I did miss it last year. Like I didn't, as you know, I didn't really travel last year or this
Pretty
year.
much. Yep.
No. I went out to Iowa last year, and that was literally, I think the only Iowa and North Carolina. That was it.
Yeah,
Because I didn't
because
go
your
any,
surgery.
yeah, I didn't go anywhere in the fall. And then this year, I only been to Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Vermont. But I don't really count Vermont. But yeah, so. But next year, I'll be like a spring chicken.
You'd be everywhere.
Yeah, hopefully. My brother said, we'll get off here pretty soon. I know you're tired. My brother said, he's like, I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get that surgery because you won't be able to bend. And I was like, dude, I can't bend now. Your health is more important than a weekend at Gold Rush days, Rach. Yeah, but it ain't about Gold Rush. It's about my friends that are there and spending time. I hope to. I think we might still have family in Missouri, some like 15th cousins or something.
15 cousins twice removed.
Tom Kingery said, and you met me? Yes, at Detecting the Heartland. I met Tom in person and Marty. Marty was my roomie. I
Cool.
know that, Ed. But it's spending time with friends, and I really missed that last year as well as this year. I mean, well, from June on last year, once I had the surgery.
Oh, you got a new name.
Hey, it's LL.
New channel name.
No, she's on Facebook.
Oh, is that Facebook?
Yeah,
Oh, no
your
problem.
super chat. LL from Facebook land. YouTubers can't see her. I'll turn the comments on so she can see when people say hi back to her. Hey, Yodi.
Yodi.
Late to the game. It's all right, but you still came, right?
That's it.
That's it. That's what matters. You're here, and that's what matters. Oh, Talca, you're so nice. Yeah, Patty D, didn't you win that?
Oh, wow.
Mm. Oh, I hope he feels better, LL.
Yeah, that's rough.
Ooh.
Ooh, kidney stone, 6 millimeter. Ow.
I can only imagine how painful that is because my kidney stone was like microscopic. But unfortunately, that little sucker had a hook on it, and it's hooked onto the entrance to my bladder and blocked it. Yeah. And then I got septic. from everything backing up into my kidney.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so, Patty D. I remember that. Oh, I know you're tired, Loretta. Oh, they did that sonogram thing on it where they the sound.
I used to know what that was called too. Now I can't remember.
Yeah, me they did the basket retrieval. They didn't have to make an incision.
Yeah, Marty, that's huge. 1.6. That's yep. No, you can keep that one, buddy.
Oh, 1.6 centimeters. That is huge. Mm-mm. I don't remember what mine was, but it was small. It's like point 0.2 or something. Ugh, Anthony. Now the thing about mine also was that I had the pain from the kidney stone. You're all right, Loretta. I got the chat up on the screen if you could see it.
Yeah.
Um, so I went to the hospital because I was this is not my gallbladder because I would have gallbladder attacks all the time. Sam said bigger isn't always better. The thing with a gallbladder attack is that's a gallstone blocking the exit hole of your gallbladder. Um, so two ways to combat the pain and make yourself feel better. One is um, an anti-inflammatory, and the other is as painful as it is, it's to move and twist
Yep.
because you got to move that kidney. That gallstone. So I had many gallbladder attacks, and so I knew this wasn't a gallbladder attack, and I was like, I don't know what this is, and it's on the right side, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. So I went to the hospital, and by the time I got there, I was delirious. So I don't remember anything after the waiting room because that's where they made me sit. I don't have a gag reflex, but my stomach was spasming from the pain. So I was like the exorcist. And they just
Projectile.
had me sitting in the waiting room like that. Last thing I remember is them wheeling me to the back. Now, in my memory, they wheeled me to the back into one of the little cubicle things. Realistically, what happened was they wheeled me back and set me in the hallway because they thought I was a junkie looking for a fix.
Ugh.
So about 11 hours later, my sister-in-law comes to the hospital because she was off of work. She came over to the hospital and she found me there, and I don't remember any of this. And I was like so weak, I was like, help me. And she went off on them. She was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
Hey,
And
Loretta.
hang on, somebody was calling me. My friend, my Bessie, she just had surgery, so we'll end it on this. So I'm like, she's like, "What are you doing?" She's in pain. So they put me in a little cubicle. Um, I kept them. I don't want drugs. I just want you to make the pain go away. Like I don't take anything. And so they did give me a little shot of morphine. I was feeling all right after that. So, uh, but in that process, in the like 12, 14 hours total of being in the hospital, where I was in the hallway for 11 or 12 hours, I became septic. So I got a private room. So yeah, that was my experience with a kidney stone. I don't want another one. I drink water. I'll pee every 4 minutes if I have to. I'm just LL said the morphine lasted 30 minutes. I don't know how long it lasted for me. Yeah, you can get them. I mean, especially if you're not drinking enough fluids and your intake of other things like sugars and salts, you can get them. And basically, I got mine because working at the post office, I didn't want to have to pee because like a lot of the routes I used to be a sub, and a lot of the routes I would cover there was no bathrooms, and so I was like, I don't want to have to pee, so I wouldn't drink water all day, and I developed a kidney stone. So that's my horrible story. That's terrible. My wife just went through that. Well, I'm sorry. I feel bad for your wife too. Those things, kidney stones are no joke. But in the meantime, they found out my gallstone was full of them, and they took my gallstone out. Oh, that's a cop car. So,
Yep.
I made this whole thing about me, Mark, and nothing about you.
Oh, I didn't have anything going on. No, not today.
Living a life.
That's it.
You worked all week,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I ain't got to work this weekend too. Yep.
Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm sorry, but did you work this past weekend?
No, I was off.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
I was
right.
off Memorial Day, so that was
Oh,
okay.
nice. Yeah, terrible crawl on the floor pain. It was horrifying. Oh yeah, like I said, I was delirious. I have absolutely no memory, none. Of about 11 hours. I don't remember anything. I didn't even know until they called me for a what do you call it? You know, where you tell them what you think.
Oh, the follow up, the survey.
Yeah, survey. And I was like, blah blah blah, and you know, I hung up with her, and my sister-in-law was like, "What did you tell them?" I was like, "Well, you know, like I didn't appreciate sitting in the waiting room for like an hour before they took me to the back into a room." She goes, "They didn't take you in the back in a room. You were in the hallway." She was like, "I got there, like I went there at 8 in the morning. She got there at about like 6:30 ish in the evening, and I was in the hallway." I said, "I don't remember any of that, none." Hey, Bud Files.
What's up, bud files?
But we're gonna do our usual weird 1 hour and 15 minutes
There we go.
because we just like to be a little different. Um, so next week, I don't know. We'll probably just STS again, unless you guys, you know, put something in the chat next week and we could talk about it.
We'll go over to Dirt Therapy, the Facebook page, and drop uh what's the word I'm looking for? Suggestion.
Yeah, there you go. You could do that. The links with Nightbot keeps telling you to link. You can head over there and join Dirt Therapy. You know, you can post your finds, post your video links. Only thing is, like, just post your video link once, not, and I
Don't
mean like
spam it.
once per video. Um, and basically, from everything I see, pretty much people only do that. No, I catch spammers because we pre-approve the posts.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So like if you're a true detectorist and your videos and your postings are about detecting or similar subjects, I pre-approve. But when I see those foreign names, actually the first thing I do, I'm not being xenophobic, but a lot of them come from the Middle East that, you know, hey, I can get you some SEO numbers, you know, like
Oh, I know.
I check out their pages before. You know, and that's why now I've been putting in there no spamming, no soliciting, whatever. I bet he wasn't, Loretta. I'm glad he's feeling better.
Yep.
JVP got 20 forever stamps at the bargain store for $7. Stamps have gone up so much. Yeah, they have. You got a good deal there because I think they're. I don't know. I'm not a clerk. I do buy stamps occasionally. I think they're 70 cents or something, somewhere around there. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I bought stamps in a while.
it's like 14, 15 bucks for 20 of them. So she got it for half price. That's good. Make sure, make sure they're real because there are counterfeits out there. Believe it or not, people counterfeit stamps.
Yeah, they do. Kind of for anything.
I'm not going to tell you where they come from. It's not the Middle East.
At my house. I'm just joking. No.
It's a really big continent where most of our stuff comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there. All right, so yeah, I'm sure you know, like if you guys have an idea, you want something you want to talk about, discuss something you want to learn about, whatever. Yeah, you know, you can email me
Yep.
JRZYRAE at Gmail. No digs, just Jersey Ray at email or Gmail, or you can put it up on Dirt Therapy. You know, like I said tonight, I was selfish. I made it all about me, but This chat really is about you, what you want to talk about, what you want to know, what's on your mind. Like you can find out what's on my mind. I'll tell you anyway, but like, I want to hear from you. Same with Mark,
Yep, this guy.
that guy right there. 73 cents, JVP said. I knew they just went up. I think they were 68 or 69. Hey, where where else can you put paper into an envelope? I mean, like you're sending something from your like for instance, I'm sending something for 73 cents from my house to California. And for a dollar 20 something, dollar 30, I could send a card to Dick and Canuck in Connect, Canada. Although I don't agree with that because they're on the same continent. But
Yeah.
same dollar 30, I could send a card to Digger Dawn in England. So I don't know, JBB. Just to be safe, just send me screenshot of it on Messenger. I just want to make sure because there are counterfeits out there, but I'm pretty sure in the bargain bin they're probably legit. Grandma died and kids don't care about stamps.
Yeah.
That's probably how that ended up there. That's how a lot of military buttons and things like that, nowhere near any military activity, encampments, forts, or anything are found. Grandpa died. They threw the stuff out the back in their trash pit, and we find the buttons. But so yeah, so we'll see you guys next Wednesday
Yep.
night. And no, I'm gonna dare you. I'm gonna dare you to come up with a
Uh-oh.
clean subject, and you can post it in Dirt Therapy or email me or whatever.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, if you're getting out this weekend, if you're anywhere near the beaches, especially Jersey beaches, I would definitely hit them. Um, Probably from Asbury down because they were very crowded this weekend. Probably a lot of vapes, which sound like lovely silver. This
Oh, they
new
do.
it's the new aluminum can. Um, and so yeah, if you get out this weekend, uh, hope you find something good. Be kind to each other, and smile. Just your smile can make somebody's day.
And if you do get a chance to go out, I hope you find something stupid cool.
There you go. All right. Have a great rest of the week.
Yep.
I'm not going through all the live streams and all that stuff. You guys know them all because I see you in the chats. So, like I always say, see you in the chats.
See you in the
Peace.
chats. Peace.
Peace.